World of Warcraft is an incredible game. It has gone through many iterations throughout the years, some good, some bad. The bad has pushed many people over the edge and made them say, no more. The good has had a strong grip on the rest to stick around even through the worst. If you're still around, what made you stay? And what do you see that could potentially push you over the edge like so many before you? Making an MMO is difficult, but many new MMOs try too hard to create something unique instead of just keeping it simple and making the simple elite quality. I often think about what I would do to make World of Warcraft better, so I've decided to go over all the aspects of an MMO in this series I call World of Voleth. To get players hooked on a game, you have to make a strong impression. The game has to be fun from the beginning, and creating fun gameplay is the best way to do so. If the gameplay is fun, the rest just becomes a bonus. So how do you achieve this? You create classes with distinct class fantasy and enhance it with smooth and responsive combat. World of Warcraft's combat is brilliant. It is responsive, and in most cases the class specs have a clear idea what it wants to achieve. Sometimes the simple classes and specs feel great because it captures the essence of the class fantasy. And sometimes a spec tries too many things at the same time and ends up having no identity. I would have less focus on spec identity and focus on class identity. Let's use Warrior as an example. I would remove one DPS spec to make Warrior have a tank spec and one DPS spec. Then I would have iconic abilities like Mortal Strike for both specs. But for tank warriors, Mortal Strike would deal less damage, but also cause your target to deal 20% less damage to you. So if you try it a new spec, you can recognize the abilities and only have to learn the differences for your spec. And then I would make it so warriors could use their preferred weapon for the DPS specs, a two-hander, two one-handers, or a one-hander and a shield. So you can create the perfect match for you. To allow players to further personalize their character, I would have a built-in glyph system for spells and abilities. All warlocks would have Shadow Bolt, but by shift right-clicking it in your spellbook, it would open up a window where you can see all your collected and uncollected appearances for the spell. Do you prefer the red fire, the fell green, or do you prefer a more void theme? Instead of hunters having arcane shot, you could have enchanted shot, and you would decide which color you want your glow to be. Fireball could be the standard mage filler ability, but instead of limiting the appearance to color only, I will have the glyph system allow you to change your fireball to a frostbolt or an arcane blast as well. It works the same, but looks different. How you collect all of these appearances I will cover in the next episode of World of Voleth, where I will talk about the collection system I would implement in my ideal MMO.